Hello, and welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Maria, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. We are going to work today on a card that it's called a W fold, I think. I've seen it with different names, but I'm going to stick with that one. So this is how the card looks. Okay, and in this case I am using the expressions in ink suite, and I used here everything in there. Let me show you that in the catalog. It's right here. It's really beautiful paper, really beautiful just the colors in general. It also brings, and I'm just going to pop it up here for you to see better, it brings some gold accents, and these are the ones I put in here, if you see here. And it also brings those beautiful sequins, and I'm gonna put it up here again. Okay, so that's the card we're going to be making. Stay with me, because at the end I'm going to show you another card that I made too. So we are going to start today with a new collection, and it's called Eden's Garden. Let me move it up here. Okay, so this is a sneak peek for our new mini catalog that comes out in January, but this collection will be available tomorrow on November 2nd, and if I am posting this tomorrow, then it will be today. You know how it goes. It's a really beautiful collection. It brings all these stamps and the these gorgeous dies as well. They cut like wonder, and we're going to use some of them today. Also, it has the paper, and let me show you the paper because it's really beautiful. Let's see. It brings two of each, and I don't know if you're able to catch it, but it has some really gorgeous gold accents. Let's see, can you see it? I think it's clear there. And then on the back, it also has just a general design that you're able to use at any season. So it matches, oops, sorry about that. It matches with the evening green, evening evergreen, which I really like. Is this very dark green, and then the soft succulent. So we'll be using today mostly the evening evergreen. And we're going to start now. Okay, so for the front we're going to need a 11 by 4 1/4, just a regular A2 card, and we are going to score it at 5.5. Woo, almost made a mistake. Did you see that? Always be mindful about that. I love this trimmer Stampin' Up trimmer, and I don't know if you can see here, this is a score and this is a cutter, and so it's perfect to make all your projects. With one great advantage is just one tool, and I just love that. Okay, so we have our front here. Let's go ahead and get it all scored up. Okay, we're going to score it. I'm sorry, we're going to give that edge a nice crisp so it folds well. Okay, and we are going to decorate this first so it's easier. So the next piece I'm using is our gold foil paper, and that is 5 1/4 by 4. I don't know if you can see it well. 5 1/4 by 4, and I will have the instructions for you to be able to use. So I'm going to get that going, and I have some of our Stampin' Seal Plus, which is really phenomenal. It's strong. You don't need a whole lot of it because it's so strong. So always mess up your paper. I'm sorry about my head there. Okay, got it there. I am really not good at putting things straight, so in my defense. Now the next piece I'm going to use is one of the beautiful designer paper, and I don't know if you can see, it has just tiny dots of gold. Can it be seen? I'm looking at it. I don't see it. It has tiny bits of gold, and then the evergreen and the soft succulent. And this one is 5 by 3 1/4. But in this case, and sometimes I just make it a little, you can make it instead of 5 1/8, 5 1/8, and 3 7/8 if you prefer. This one is 5 3/4. So we have a nice edge, and we can see the gold, kind of similar to this one, right? Although you can barely see the gold here. Okay, there you go. Okay, so we're going to glue that one. Always when you have this kind of paper, this designer paper, make sure that it has the right orientation. Sometimes it has like an up and down. And I'm looking at it, and it seems to me that they're both, you can use them both ways. So, okay, accident, almost. You see what I was saying? Very, very careful. Thankfully, we didn't get this damaged. And so, okay, it's playing with me. Let's do this. Let's go ahead. And here we go. I'm sorry about that. I have this terrible, I don't have very good eyesight, and so definitely putting it from far away takes away my capability, but that came out fairly straight, right? Okay, so next I have already die cut this one, but it's this, just to be mindful of time. This is in the gold foil paper, and this is the die. Still has a popping up there. Just gorgeous. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in here, and then I used again these die to die cut this, so create like some extra dimension. And what I did was cut this white paper with the die, so I cut the green, got my border, and then cut it in white and got my inside, so it just fits perfectly. Okay, so that's what I did. So we're going to put it here, and before we go ahead, we're going to put the sentiment for the front, and I'm just going to go with a regular Merry Christmas, very simple. Excuse my reach. And since I'm at it, let me get this one other. I'm sorry about that. Really sorry. Okay, so we are going to use the evening green. Oops. Evening evergreen. I just can't say it properly for some reason. And we can use that. And I'm going to make it, I'm thinking of making it a little like that. Oops, there's something there. What you think? Kind of, maybe the other way actually, now that I think about it. So it has like a little roundish to it. I'm not seeing it perfect in here. I think that will do. And that's one of the advantage of the polymer stamps, is that they're much more flexible, and you can really play with them to create some of these things. Okay, so I always have some sort of napkin or paper just to help me when I do these messes that you see here, and so it prevents me from making a big mess in my project, which would not be good. Okay, so we are trying to center this as much as possible. This is a homemade, do-it-yourself homemade, and so really what that means is it's not going to be perfect. Oh, look at that. There it goes. I think it looks gorgeous. And when you see me going into the side here, what I am doing is I am cleaning my stamp. always clean your stamp. I want to remove that back in there because I am going to need that later. Okay, so what we are going to do is put some of these adhesive. Okay, I couldn't pronounce today somehow. We're going to put it up here. And I'm trying to be mindful not to put my head in there. And I'm glad that I didn't put it all the way because I tried to be mindful. And I am thinking that I want to pop this up. So in order to do that, we're going to use some of our dimensionals. I'm going to use our Take Your Pick, which I have kindly called, okay, I forgot that I had already put some adhesive here. And I put that adhesive so I could get that, so it helps keep it glued there. Okay, this one is fighting with me, and I'm not sure why I'm fighting with it if I have the Take Your Pick. Again, I was saying I have started calling it my magic wand because it's just so useful. It has many things. It helps you with this. And I am just going to go ahead, and I wanted it popped up, but due to that I think I'm not going to. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we just have like a little side of it. I just want to make sure it is on the right spot. What do you guys think? I think it's gotta go there more a little bit. Okay, I think that will work. Good. Very simple, but very, very elegant, I think. Okay, so we're going to do the inside. So for the inside, and let me get rid of this trash, we need let me put that back out there, get those out of the way. So this is just a plain strip, and I'm using the same card color as the cardstock, and it's 11 by 2. And you can make it wider, you can make it smaller, it kind of is up to you. Just be mindful that this is what is going to hold the rest of the card. So if you see here, this is this one. Let me see, maybe that green in there. And it's what's really going to hold the card, so a little wider is always better. Okay, and we're going to score this one at, oops, let me get that out of the way so you don't get confused. We're going to score this one at 2 3/4. There's one at 5 1/2, and at 2 3/4 again. And so really what we are doing, and hopefully this is the right measurement, and if it's not, we'll score again. What we're doing is halves, right? So 5 1/2 is the half, 5 1/2 is the half, and then 2 3/4 would be the half between 5 1/2, for 5 1/2, and 2 3/4 will be this half. So that's pretty much what we're doing. And now, so as you can tell on this card, so we're going to have this one fold, mountain, there, mountain, and these two will be fold, valley. Okay, and what that means is just comes up here. And now we have our mechanism. Okay, so this is it. We'll put this later, of course. For now, we're going to decorate this part of our card. So I have 2 pieces of designer series papers, same piece, same style. You can put different ones or the same, it's up to you. I chose to go with the same one. I think I have done that on my cards, just the same. I guess I like some continuity to it. And these are 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and go with that. And for those that have watched my channel in the past, I did get the Stampin' Seal. So just to tell you guys, if you've not been seeing my videos before, I've been using the tear and tape, which by the way I love, but it's really slow to to take the backs of it and whatnot. And so I promised I was going to get the Stampin' Seal so it was a little faster, and I am hoping I'm putting this as best as I can, as center as possible. There we go, one, and here we go with the other one. I love this splashy one. I think it's super cool. Okay, and I am doing this just because I really don't need a whole lot of this. And my suggestion here is try to keep those two up, so the top of the designer paper more or less at the same height, and even if it's a little twisted or is not perfect, it will look better. Okay, there we go. Boom, boom. So we are now going to put the mechanism. Now what I have been using, I've been using the our multi-purpose, the Tombow Mono Glue, and it's really good. Sticks in the immediately. It's really good. It's more forgiving, right, when you're using glue than when you're using the Stampin' Seal, although today I've been lucky. So what I have been doing, there's many ways to do it. I am kind of a messy person and I'm lucky when it comes to certain things, and so the reality is I have, whoops, there goes my head again, I'm sorry. I try to see this as, as much as possible, make it easier for me. I'm sorry about that. So what I do is I put it right where it should be, make sure that it's centered, and then I step here, put our friend here, and get our glue going. Okay, so that way you're holding it in place, right, and it will move. And we'll do the exact same thing for the other one, for the other side. It goes there. We'll just push a little bit because, as you can tell, it no longer spans, right, in there. And did I move it a tiny bit? I think. Okay, seems like it's good. And that's all we need. And so now our mechanism, it's working. It moved a tiny bit. Again, one of the advantages of glue is that it's a little bit forgiving. It gives you some time, a few seconds, to really move your stuff and make sure it's where it should be. What do you guys think? Okay, there's where we go. Now we're going to work on the inside of the card, and so if you see in the card I showed you initially, I have one big rectangle in one color, and then just this white cardstock that I just decorated, right? So in this case, just because I love that combination of gold and green, I decided to make 3 mats. So I'm having, right, and the white paper, and I have 2 different combinations. I have another one like this, I have this one, and the white. Okay, I just really like this paper, I cannot lie to you. So these measurements are, so the green cardstock is 2 3/8 by 3 3/8. The designer series paper, or the gold cardstock, full cardstock, is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, and the white is 2 by 3. Okay, and again, I'll have those measurements in the description below, and you'll be able to access. So this is what we got. And so before I go to get too excited, I am going to start with the stamping. I do want to, of course, have them like this, and I want to put them so it guides me as to what I am looking at. Okay, So that means, and I want to put the sentiments in these two, and there's a reason for that. If you see in the card here, it's easier because it's to see them, right? Because these will fold this way, so it's harder to see it, and these are like right there within your eyesight. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. And what I will be using today, I will be using some of the sentiments from the Peaceful Deer. Really beautiful. They have two sayings that I actually used also in my other card, and I love it. One is wishing you a wonderful year in friendships, dear, and sending love and peace this season. So I'm going to use these two. And then I have remember I showed you from the Expressions and Ink suite that it has some golden accents. So I got some of those accents to use here. I am not sure exactly how I'm going to use them yet, but I got some of them because I thought that they kind of match with this. And look at this. Remember that we were talking that some designer paper has an orientation. This one does. So I have to be mindful of not putting it backwards. That would be really sad. So I'm going to use this to put the first sentiment, and let's bring sending love and peace this season, and it fits perfectly on it. So Lisa, this one's going to go here. What do you guys think? I think that will be too much gold. Actually, I think we're going to go backwards like this. Okay. Changing. Okay, so what I want to make sure is that once these is all set up, this will still look good. Okay, and it seems like it looks perfect. It works perfectly well, and it actually kind of like the fact that it goes off the board a little bit. Okay, so we're going to glue this one. Okay, put some glue, and I'm going to glue it first so it guides my sentiment, so I know when it's in the middle. Always be mindful when you're using this kind of foil paper, because it's really not too forgiving when it comes to glue. I think I wanted it this way, right? That's what we said. And I'm just using my scratch paper to guide me, and I think that does it well. Just good job. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm just going to be using the same evergreen for the sentiments. I think it just gives them a good it's just really a good color for it. Okay, checking there's no areas for craziness, and looking for the middle. Again, we're just humans, and so if it's a mistake, there's nothing terrible about it. I'm doing this with love, cleaning my stamp and drying it real quick and putting it back so I don't lose it. I lose a lot of, not lose them, but it has happened. It's known to happen. And so I was thinking of putting some extra here, but now that I think about it, we're going to use some of the leaves that it already brings, and I am just trying to figure out which one I want to use. Let's see. They have several possibilities. What you guys think? Shall we even bother? Oh, you know what? I think I found a way. But we're going to try this first. Let me have this. And I think I want to use my soft succulent for this. So if we put it like that, I think I am not sure. And since I am not sure, I'm going to let it be. let's be honest, we don't want to mess it up. It's already on the way. So I think with that gold in it, it does give some pop up, especially because it's double matted. So we're going to mat these. Let's see. Funny enough, I'm fairly new to the Stampin' Seal Plus, and I do mess it up pretty often. Like I get it the wrong way. So there we go. We got one, and now we're going to do this. Okay. And sometimes it decides not to work. I am not sure what the dealio is with that. It seems like it's all over here. You can just put it backwards a little bit, okay? Okay, now that looks wonderful, okay? I think it does look gorgeous. What you guys think? This paper is really beautiful. Okay, so we have our first panel. Now we're going to work on these other panel, and for these I'm going to use the stamps of the set. It has really beautiful stamps. I have to say it has wonderful stamps. I'm trying to decide how are we going to put them. If we want to put something like that, like this is a huge stamp, right? So I'm thinking maybe half, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick with the evening evergreen. Okay, so, and I'm going to try here on my paper, so just one moment to see how it looks, right? And again, this is a great investment. It's really not expensive. I think it's like $12 for 100 of these, so it's wonderful. And I tape it here so it doesn't move. And I know my mat needs an extra loving. I'm just trying to see which one I like the most. I think I like this one better. Okay. There we go. Cleaning, whoops, careful there. Good wash. Very important to keep your stamps clean. Put it back where it should go. And now, I think I'm going to use, so we have 3 possibilities again. I keep thinking about this one. But maybe, let's see, which is the other one. So we have, no, I like this one. Okay, we found a stamp. And for this one, I'm going to use actually the soft succulent. So that's the other color. And I'm just, again, making sure it's all stamping great. And what I would like is to stamp it like this. Okay. And I am going to leave it like that just because I think that this is a good spot for you to write something if you want. I also have some sequins that I could use. I'm looking for them. If I manage to find them, that may be a good idea. So it's super simple, but it just creates a good thing, because this one is pretty ornate already, so this one's a little simpler. So let's go ahead and stamp glue our stamp issue. I hope I'm not putting my big head right there. And there we go. I think it's pretty good. And back to the green, right? Oops. See, I almost made a mistake. All the time it happens. And these, I see here. So just a little bit of that tape. So you just put it backwards. I was going to say that. Okay. So we have 2 panels. Now we are going to the next panel, and this is going to be another stamp. And you know what I am thinking? I am thinking that we can stamp maybe this one. I really like this one with a little, oh, I'm having an idea. I did bring, so this is the Artistically Inked, and that's the one I was showing you before from the suite. It has these tiny things, and so what I am thinking is I'm going to stamp a couple of these like falling leaves, kinda. I think falling, maybe like this, but I'm going to ink some of these, and what we're going to do with this, and I like that idea, we're going to emboss it. What do you guys think? Oh, look at that. I don't know, I lost the thingy. As long as it stays, we're all good. So I'm going to bring my Versamark in, and I'm going to bring our gold embossing powder, okay? And I have a paper here that I use every so often, as you can tell, so messy, to pick up that. So what we're going to do is first we're going to do this, so it's less humid, and we are going to do these splines of some powder, so the ink stays where it needs to stay and the embossing stays where it needs to stay. So I'm going to move everything back to the side, so we are careful there, and I'm gonna, my Versamark ink is a little bit struggling. I think it's seen better days, and of course you're not seeing where I'm putting anything. I'm just putting them randomly. I'm moving a little bit here so I can see at the light, and it doesn't matter where they are, because once we emboss it, it will resist the ink. So I'm just making sure we have a few here and there. We're kind of creating our own designer series paper, okay? So there goes that there, and I am going to bring this in. Oops. Okay. So now we're going to bring our paper here and our embossing powder here, and we're just going to trim all over there. There's some there that were a little fighting with us. Okay. And what I like to do, it's bring you can see that those are not too well inked. There's not a whole lot we can do at this point in time. And really they're so small that I'm just going to take it off. Okay, just making sure that that's working well, and I'm going to move these out of the way and move these out of the way, and now we're going to emboss it. And this is a heat tool, and it's fighting me. Okay, here we go. And so what it does is it turns that embossing powder into like a paste. You'll see it. I'm doing it. Oh, so our heat tool, which you're seeing here, and I'm sorry about these, has two different settings. One is that it's a little lower, which is the one that you were hearing, and this one, that is the one we use to emboss. And I don't know if you can tell how it's changing from powder and just making it look solid beautiful, okay? And you will be able to tell which ones are not embossed because of the color. So whenever there's one that's not shiny, it's not embossed right here. Really, really beautiful, really good tool to have. You can use it for many things. Okay, look at that. Cleaning my stamp. coming back to put it away because we don't want to get lost, God forbid. And there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold. Where's the other one? Here it is, because this one has the dots again. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I'm going to use the okay, let me clean it a little bit. I'm sorry about that, but I got too excited there, and let me see, I'm sorry. Okay, now better. So we're going to do one here, one here, I think one here will do. I'm seeing a spot here. How about there? Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. What you guys think? Let me hold it there. And I think up here. I'm going to put at least one there, kinda. And one here. Okay. I really like it. Okay, cleaning the stain, moving it back so it doesn't get lost. What you guys think? So these is going to go on this, and I think it just looks really cute. Okay, let's glue this. Let's take this out. Using our stamping seal. Just remember, it's this is the Stampin' Seal Plus. We have a Stampin' Seal only. This Stampin' Seal Plus is pretty hardcore. it just, nothing will move afterwards. So really good. I really like it, because then you feel safe. What you're sending in the mail is going to reach in one piece, right? Okay. And I seem to keep moving them all the way. Okay, am I doing this right? Yes, I'm doing this right. Okay. I really like this one. Okay, so we have 3 panels, and here comes the last one. I have not decided what I want with this one except the sentiment. So I know I want this one that says wishing you a wonderful year and friendships dear. Okay, so I know I want that. I am thinking that if we ink it with that, let's see, because I do have these, right, and we're able to use them. Just maybe like that. Maybe this one. We'll cut the ones and then put this one here. What do you guys think? I think I like that. There's another one here that we can put like that. Okay, I am definitely going to put this one, so I want to calculate this. It seems like this is a good spot. Bring our little cube and making sure it's straight. And I know I've said this a couple times, these are handmade cards. If they're made with love, they may not be perfect, right? Always have to remember that. Okay, I think I want this here. Okay, wait. Making sure it's centered and this is straight. Using your grids, it's wonderful. I think we're good. Oops, there you go. Okay. Taking it back so it doesn't get lost. I know I talk a lot about that, but it really has happened to me a few times, and it's very sad. I am thinking, what if we put like some of these behind? I think I like that idea. Let's get our little block here. I'm going to use the evening green. I really like this one too, now that I think about it. I'm just going to put one kind of there. And this one will go there like that. I can barely see it. Let's put one more here. And one more around here. What do you guys think? Okay. Now, if you can see, that gets a little messy, but this is going to be kind of covered by that. I like it. Okay. So, we're using our multi-purpose glue. Just remember that the gold foil tends to be messy. So we're going to be careful while we hold it so we don't get it all over our fingers and then all over the gold foil. And I'm going to put it like this. As you can tell, we have left over. We'll just snip it out with our scissors. And there you go. Trying here, but I can't see well, so there you go. So we got something there, and we can try to do something like that here, and I'm going to use the same idea. So maybe like that, and like that. Yeah, I think that will do. And then this one like this. I like, oh, you know what? I have just one. Yeah, why would I cut that one if one will do, huh? Okay, let's use this one. And this one has a lot of little circles, so we can try to use, you know, those as guidance, but just tiny bits on it again so the foil does not. And what I'm doing is I'm leaving that one there so I'm able to use it, but I'm going to use my friend here because I think that's probably going to be better. And it's going to go there and let it go, and there you go. And so we're going to snip here this tiny piece. There. Okay. I think that looks super cute. Let's put the glue, clean our stamp. Just the basics, people. The basics. Always clean your stamp. Did I say that already? I really mean it. And let's see. What you guys think? I think it looks cute now. Okay, so let's put some in it. I have a little piece here. I'm just going to throw it away. Then and this paper will help you a little bit to put it straight because it has, in the end, the leaves are kind of in straight line. So if you fold leaves, you'll be okay. And there we go. Okay. Oh my God, I love this. Okay. So we left a little tiny spot here to write. That's going to go in here. Let me move this in focus. The message, just decoration really, and this one. And you can still write a little bit here, you know, Chocho, XOXO. So now it comes the time to put this, and so just calculate it well in the middle, right? What's in the middle? And then I just put 3 tiny pieces. We already said that the Stampin' Seal Plus is very strong, so look for the middle, and then we'll go with that. And then just make sure that it's centered up here and up here, so it's more or less the same distance between both, so it looks very centered. And then what we'll do is we'll follow these, and it just makes it a little easier. Now here this comes tricky. We need to bend this one a little bit. Goes again, middle, the middle, and the middle, and we know that they're not going to be moving, because that's the thing, right? So I like this one here. Okay, push with one hand. I'm not pushing well. Okay, and now actually we can do this like this. Again, make sure that it same distance, but you can use now these as a guide, right? So you know that as long as you're there you go. You see? Now we go with the next one that we need, more of our decoration piece. Oops, did you see that? Almost made a mistake. Oops, let's see. I'm putting a little bit more. And this one, because my hand is, because I'm right-handed, I'm able to do it better. Still making that calculation between using these as a guide, and there we go. And I put this one to back there. Okay, that one's good, and I'm putting a little bit more because I saw that one came up too easy, and I know this is okay. Okay, let's see, and there we go. It's a little simpler on the outside, and it's just glorious on the inside. So I told you I had another card, so this is the first card. Then we are going to, I made the second card that I had already shown you, and this is just a happy birthday. But because Christmas is coming, of course I made another one, and this is the second one. I really like this one. I use Beauty of Earth, I think is the name of it. Let me look for it. Yes, Beauty of Earth paper. I used the same Peaceful Deer. I cut these and colored it, and all these stamps. And look at this. Isn't it cute? Simple, no foiling, no golds, but really cute. The only one I put is a little bit of silver up here. I used the same sequence from Expressions in Ink, and this is it. So you have 3 choices. Christmas, very simple in the front, a little bit more decorated, very colorful. I would love if you let me know which ones you like the most, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.